Hi everybody, Matt back with you. Hope you're okay. It is the dead of winter. Today I'm on the edge of Manchester in a place called Moston, heading towards and through a place called Boggart Hole Clough. It is a dense woodland and it's a surprising find kind of in Manchester area to find such a large expanse of woodland, but this has been here, some of it potentially for 5,000 years, and it's also said to be inhabited by its namesake, a boggart. And over the last 300 years there have been numerous reports of children and babies missing from here. Most recently, body parts have been found here. This could be one of Manchester's most haunted places. So behind me is a frozen lake at Boggart Hole Clough, and it is -7 degrees C here today so far, and it's about 11 in the morning, so it's probably much colder a few hours ago. Bonkers. But because of that, nobody else is here. You can hear just in the distance the traffic from a motorway, and then all you can hear is nature. And we're going to go into quite dense woodland, and we're going to search for the boggart of Boggart Hole Clough, and I'll tell you the story of the boggart as we head through the woods. But yeah, wow, frozen lake, perfect start. So behind me is a boating lake at Boggart Hole Clough, also pretty much frozen over, unsurprisingly. And I think about 1911, the council came in and took over a big chunk of the woodland as a recreational ground. So there is the boating lake, there's a cafe in the distance, there's a play area, etc. Now, it is a beautiful spot, and of course the stories I'm telling you today are folklore. So, you just believe what you want to believe. So what exactly is a boggart? Well, on our last video we went to Churn Milk Joan and we looked at a boggart linked there, Churn Milk Peg. We've previously covered a boggart at Townley Park in Burnley. But of course the most famous boggart, which is generally a term used in Lancashire, is the one here at Boggart Hole Clough. So famous that this place became named after it. Now, a boggart falls into the same category as like an elf or a goblin. It can range from being any shape, size or form, sometimes even without heads, and they can be mischievous or naughty, right up to thoroughly evil. And potentially the one here at Boggart Hole Clough falls into that latter category. So the boggart here is said to inhabit the ruins of a crumbling house that is now lost to both time and space. It's somewhere amongst the foliage of the park, and the park stretches quite a long way. comes out at night, creeps through the drainage systems, it can hide under the bridge, and comes out and steals children and babies, and they are never seen again. Now, it's also important that any visitors here to Boggart Hole Clough never ever come in and shout out a name to give the boggart a name, because if you do that, that boggart attaches itself to you to the end of time and torments you till you die. So keep that in mind. Add it to the same things as, like, you don't say Candyman, etc. Yeah, I don't know if the woods are going to get any thicker, but being here on my own, I haven't seen anybody at all. It does feel like something might be watching me. Right, I think I've found the bridge that the boggart is said to be under, but I don't know quite how close I can get to it. One of the locations, I should say. Obviously it's off the path through the fence, and it is very, very icy, but it seems we have to include it somehow. So let's just see if we can safely get any nearer, because if I fall, there's nobody here to help. This place is, it's like an abandoned park. Right, don't do this at home. This is the bridge, and the boggart, one of the locations said to have been spotted in, is under here. Wow, look at that. On the side there are those scratch marks. On a warmer day I'd go through, but not today. So that's really weird. As I've come out, there's literally 30 seconds looking at the bridge. The place seems to be very foggy and misty. All of a sudden, I'm still on a path. Where did that come from? Got all these squirrels, pigeons. It kind of feels like we're cheating by going on the very well used paths. So let's go off grid and go and explore the woods themselves. Let's go full on Boggart Hole project. Blair Witch project. So roughly in this location here was a hospital, Boggart Hole Hospital, slightly further over. But there's some interesting kind of stones here, just kind of dumped in the woods, and I wonder if they're kind of a wall that may have led into the hospital at one point. Obviously not in its original location, but could they have just been brought here and dumped here? There's quite a lot of them. You'll see what I mean when we have a look. Yeah, look at these rocks here, quite a lot of them. Definitely like tops of walls all over. And we've also got the holes where there would have been a metal fence at one point. Wow. What a frosty wilderness this is. But is it the location of the former hospital? Well, nothing's getting out of that one. So, right at the beginning of the video, I mentioned that on the Boggart side of the story is folklore. There was also body parts discovered here in Boggart Hole Clough, and that is true. Unfortunately, that's not a piece of folklore, it's a piece of very recent news, and that's about as far as I'll go with that particular story, other than at some point last year there was a very brutal murder, and parts of the victim's body was discovered here. You can look at that up for yourself. I won't add it to this one because it's far too new for me to cover it. But yeah, to that victim, rest in peace. But yeah, it does add a little layer of mystery again to the story of Boggart Hole Clough. And yeah, it is at various points just such thick woodland that you can see things through the trees, but you know you can't quite reach them. It's odd. Wow, it's like where the tree line ends is the edge of the world. There seems to be nothing beyond it when you look from here. Back at this field again. In fact, we're back in exactly the same spot. Wow, we are. Okay, that's weird. This is apparently called Angel Hill. This is the most Blair Witchy feel to it. It's like we're going around in circles. So in terms of our Boggart story, there's not much else to tell really. I guess once other things like the park and the boating lake came in, the stories of the Boggart kind of faded away. Yet, like I said, so famous was the Boggart at the time that this changed its name. Now, I don't know if this vast expanse in the fog is where the hospital was. It could be. But yeah, the whole place is an extremely eerie feel to it, the whole thing. If at any point you've seen anything that looks like it's watching me from behind a tree, do point it out and tell me where. But we'll head back, and I'm kind of hoping I can grab a coffee and that the coffee shop's open. But wow, this is like the middle of nowhere. Then head back to the depths of the wood. Right, that's a bit creepy. Wow. Right, that's officially the creepiest thing I've found here. If you've lost a roller skate, it's here. How are you roller skating in these woods anyway? Why does it look like it's from the 1980s? I'm getting out of here. In the distance there's a bridge there. Oh, and there may be people. Oh, nobody's used that bridge for a while. Well, I don't think so. And I think we can probably figure out what this will lead to. Aha. Civilization. Tragically, the cafe is closed, but never mind. I shall head on to the next adventure, so I hope you've enjoyed joining me on a boggart hunt. Remember, do point out if you've seen anything. Yeah, lovely spot, but when the mist comes down and it's so crisp and desolate, it's an incredibly spooky location, especially with things like frozen lakes. But yeah, do come and visit here. It's a lovely location, and we will see you for the next one very soon. Take care. Bye for now.